welcome back to my channel. So you guys, today we actually are doing my 6th day of my spring makeup looks. But of course, if you guys are new to my channel, definitely a thumbs up. And also, guys, make sure you guys also hit that subscribe button. And also, make sure you guys also ring that bell so that you guys can see every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so the first thing I actually did off camera is my primer. So the primer I am using, and that is the Laura Geller Spring of Skin Birthday Primer. This is the original Ethereal Rose Glow Primer. But I do have to say, you guys, I am so excited to actually continue working on this. And my skin right now, it just feels so hydrated and it doesn't feel very much like glow on my skin. But I really do love this, and I can't wait for you guys to see this in my next month in my makeup art Japan. Also, my empties for next month. Alright guys, so the second thing I actually did off camera is my foundation. So the one I'm also finishing, and it's definitely gonna be my next makeup empties pretty soon, and that is the Tarte Shade Tape Matte Foundation. And this is the Tarte Double Duty Beauty, and I'm also using the shade Light Medium Neutral. But yeah, this guy is definitely going to be done anytime soon. So you guys are going to see more updates on this one. And like I said, you guys, in so many times, is that I will be putting this, and I will be, clean all this guy out, and also the stick part and the inside of it. And I will put this whole thing cleaned out, put in my empties, and I will be using my next foundation you guys already saw, and that'll be the next one. And then I will put another foundation in my makeup bag. But you guys are gonna see so many. I am so excited, so definitely keep on that. Alright guys, so the next thing I actually did off camera is my concealer. And you guys know the one I'm also working on, and that is the Elle Make It Concealer, and this is the shade F Make and Flawless Multi-Use Perfecting Concealer, and this is the shade 2.5. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so excited to get all of this out. And I will also get every bit of it on that right there. And then I will be also, getting the inside of it. And I will put the thingy back in here, and then I'll put this whole thing in my empty for the first time ever. And then I'll be using my other product, which is the Kevin Kwan, and I will be using that one, and I will also put another concealer in my makeup bag. But I'm not going to do that yet until my Kevin Kwan is also about to run out. And I am so excited to go through this, and I will definitely try some other ones too, but definitely stay tuned. Alright guys, so another thing I also am working on is my powder. Alright guys, so the one I already am working on, and that is the CoverGirl True Blend Materials, and this is the 4005 Light. Look at that. This is what the outside looks like. And then if you guys also can see on the inside, that is a lot of my powder I have from my other one. And you guys, I am so excited to actually include this for the first time ever. I am very happy I actually kept my other powder from the one I actually put in my other bag in my empties, and I can't wait to see that. And then I will be working on this one for like a long time, and then I'll be also using this elf one, which you guys will also be, I'll be including that pretty soon. And I'm also going to be including other things too, but this one definitely keep on you guys in my MDs, and I am so excited. Alright guys, so another thing I also did off camera is my brow product. And you guys know, and that is my $1 billion brows, and this is the shade called Taupe. You guys, this is literally how much I'm already working on right now as you speak. But do not worry guys, I will give you guys more updates on this one for next month in 2026, January for next month. But this one, definitely stay tuned you guys. I'm so excited. Alright guys, so another thing I also am working on, and that is my lip combo. Alright guys, so the one I already am also working on is my lip gloss. And you guys know that is my Mimosa Bath My Worth lip gloss. You guys, I am so excited to actually get every last bit of this one out, and then I'll put this in my Mega Empties also, and then I'll be also using my other lip gloss, and this one is so good, and I'm so excited to actually include some other ones, but definitely stay tuned with this one. Alright guys, so another thing I also am working on is my lipstick. Alright guys, so my lipstick I'm already like working on, and that is my CoverGirl, and this is shade number 40. Look at that. You guys, this one is definitely about to be done anytime soon. But also guys, when this one is also the last bit done, I will put it into my other lipstick, and you guys know that will be also this one right here, and then I'll put this entire thing into my Mega Empties. Of course I will clean it up and put it in there, and then I will be adding more and more as I go, because I want to get all the makeup out of my collection, and also if I have other things left, I could still add it in my makeup bag, and that way I can like really finish more stuff. And that's why I want to like continue doing this like as I go. But definitely stay tuned for this, you guys, for next month in January. Alright guys, so the next thing I'm also going to go ahead and also put on, and that is my bronzer. So the bronzer I already am working on, and that is the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Solali Longwear May Bronzer. Alright guys, So the next thing I'm also going to go ahead and also put on, and that is my blush. Alright guys, so the blush I'm already working on, and that is the Too Faced Papa Don't Peace. Alright guys, so the next thing I'm also going to go ahead and also put on, and that is my highlighter. Alright guys, so the highlighter I'm actually using, and that is the same from Space IB. It's called Realistic Highlighter Space Case Cosmetics. Alright guys, so another thing I also am going to go ahead and also put on, and that is my NARS palette. Alright guys, so the first one we also should go ahead and put on is this color right here, and I'm going to use that for my entire crease. Alright guys, and the second thing I'm also going to go ahead and put on is this color right here, and I'm going to use that for my upper crease. Alright guys, so the very last one I'm gonna also go ahead and put on is this beautiful shimmery color, and I'm gonna use that for my glitter entire crease. Alright guys, so the very last thing but not least, I'm going to go ahead and use my Maybelline New York, the Falsies Laugh Lip Mascara, and this is the shade Black. Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and actually put on this mascara on real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so my mascara is on. Alright guys, so the very last thing but not least, I'm going to go ahead and use the hashtag Give Them Lala Beauty, and it's the Do You Boo Salad Spray. Alright guys, so here is my day 6 of my spring makeup looks. But of course, if you guys are also new to my channel, definitely hit a thumbs up. And also guys, make sure you guys also hit the subscribe button, and also make sure you guys also ring that bell, so that way you guys can see so much more exciting, amazing content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I also love you guys all so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video.